time to move on from your agent? Let's talk about it. Happy Tuesday, it's Asia, and today I want to talk about something that's kind of a delicate topic, and that is how to know when it's time to perhaps think about maybe moving on from your agent or firing your agent. This is something that I want you to think really seriously about, because I think a lot of actors get into a position where they are blaming their agent for things that are actually in their control. So as you're thinking about the relationship between yourself and your agent, I want you to take as much responsibility for that relationship as you can. In fact, I want you to take the majority of responsibility for that relationship. But even so, there are times when it is legit that it might be time to move on. One example of that is when one or the other of you is not fulfilling your agreements to each other. Maybe your agent hasn't been submitting you. I had a friend who asked for a submission report and realized that his agent hadn't been submitting him at all for like 2 months straight. It's like, this is unacceptable. Maybe you and your agent don't communicate well. That's another reason that it might be time for you to just move on and end a relationship. It might be the case that you don't have the same vision for your career that your agent does. Or maybe there's been a career shift and there is an agent who's interested in you that can be better equipped to take you to the next level. So, if you have made the decision that it is time for a change to be made, I have some tips for you on how to make that happen. For me, the 3 keys here are consciousness, compassion, and clarity. I say consciousness because I want you to be really, really conscious of your reasons and take some time to sit with yourself as you get clear on this. Make sure that there's nothing that you can do to improve the relationship before moving on. In the agent guide, I talk about ways to really make sure that you are holding up your end of the bargain with your agent. And so I encourage you to check that out if you have any questions about this. You also need to be really clear on your legal obligations. So if you're in a contract that is not yet up, you might need to postpone this conversation. Also, you need to be aware that if your agent got you a job and you're earning residuals, you may still need to pay commission once this relationship is over. So that's just something that you need to be crystal clear on so that you're all on the same page and you're fulfilling your obligations. Now, if your contract isn't up and you're clear that you do want to leave the relationship, have a conversation about that. Most agents and managers, by the way, don't want to work with a client who doesn't want to work with them, right? Actors talk, it's just bad blood, it's bad energy. And as long as you're both in agreement about what's happening and you're getting it in writing, you're usually going to be okay. Once you're clear on this, you're going to need to decide how to communicate this. I think it's best to communicate with the method that you generally communicate. So if you're usually emailing, it's fine to do it via email. If you usually talk via phone, that's great. Text, I feel like, is a little bit impersonal, and you just want to have compassion because your agent is a person too, and the first thing that you want to do is preserve the relationship if possible. We don't want to burn any bridges or be rude or immature about this. Now, I recommend that you plan out what you're going to say. This isn't the most easy conversation to have in most cases, and if you can be really clear and concise, it will make it easier for both of you. The last tip I have around this is make sure that you're learning from this. If there is something that you could have done to make your next relationship with your agent better, then make sure to carry that into the next relationship. And again, check out the agent guide and get some tips on how to make sure that you are on track to be your agent's #1 client and make sure that you are doing all you can to be the easiest actor to work with on your agent's roster. I hope that helps, and I'll see you next week.